Hello everybody, welcome back to the Hey Little Magpie YouTube channel and Scrappy Adam. Thank you for joining for today's creative team video. So today is a little bit different because today is a bit of a flip through. Now you will have noticed in my last video we had technical issues. I've tried and tried and tried, it's just not working. So I decided to go ahead and create the album. I was up against it because it was actually given as a Christmas gift. And I am filming this after Christmas because I gave it and took it back to film this, and they will be taking it back straight away. But I wanted to put a lot into it, and a lot of thought has gone into it, and a lot of creative time, and it was just so nice to actually create something a bit bigger than a layout that has lots of elements and lots of texture, lots of dimension, lots of interactive elements. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to start another album, which I will be doing almost immediately. I am going to create a sort of highlights album of a couple of things, which we'll do in another video. It'll be on my own channel, but I will do some flip throughs for the Hey Little Magpie channel if that's something you guys here would like to see. So rather than try and get through the technical issues, I decided to go ahead and make it. And for today's creative team video, we are just having a flip through. I'll talk through what I've done, my ideas, any extra things that I've used, and so forth. So let's get cracking. So as you guys know, if you've watched the first video, or this, I think there's two videos where I did try and do it live with you. The first one was somewhat long, the second one was the technical issues. Excuse me. So anyway, I've used a 6x8 ring binder album from Simple Stories. You can see on the back it's got Simple Stories imprinted. This is from last year's Make It Merry collection. This isn't in stock at the moment, but if you just search on the Hey Little Magpie website for 6x8 binder, 6x8 album, there's loads of different ones you can choose should you need to. On the front, well, the collection that I've used is Baking Spirits Bright from Simple Stories. So that is the foundation collection after the album. And I started off with the entire collection, including 2 collection packs, 6x8 paper pad, and loads of other pieces. And before we dive into the album, I thought it would be good to show you what I actually have left. So, this is where I've kept the collection in one of my Western boxes. So let's dive in and I'll show you very briefly what I have left. So this is the sticker sheet that I used. And on here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stickers left. Plus a tab and this border here. Don't know why I didn't use this border because I love it. But anyway, so I used pretty much all the stickers. You will see that I've used all of the chipboard apart from this thing up here. And I am so proud of that. I have to admit, that's the first full chipboard pack I've ever used completely. So that was good. I've used a full pack of the foam stickers. This is my second pack. And I used some mix and mingle. So you can see that I've used pretty much a full sheet. What I will actually do whilst we're doing this is just condense stuff so that we can see just a little bit clearly what we've actually used. So I think it's quite interesting to see. Well, it is for me, so hopefully you guys agree there. It was fun to mix in some other collections, which I am a big fan of. And I think that's what works so wonderfully with Simple Stories, because their collections work so well together. So you can easily mix in different collections, or if you have a collection from last year, and so on. Just going to stick that one on there. So yeah, we used basically a full sheet of mix and mingle foam stickers as well. I did use some thickers, so I used these ones, which are the Holly Jolly ones. I didn't use many, to be honest. Excuse me. I had the adhesive Brad pack, which had some chipboard pieces. That's all I've got left from there, which is really good. And enamel dots, we used some of them. The chipboard frames, I used 3 of them, so we've got 3 left. And in terms of ephemera, I had 2 of each, which I put in there, and that's all I've got left from all 3 packs, which I think is flipping amazing, actually. And then I still have a number bits and a journal bit, so I've actually used 2 packs of bits and pieces, which is great. I used a full pack of the page pieces, that's my 2nd pack. And then I basically used a full collection kit, and I've got 1 full one left. And then this is some Make It Merry paper. And finally, the 6x8 paper pad I pretty much used up. We've only got a few sheets left. So that's what went into the album. As you can see, it is jam-packed with different elements. In addition, I have used a couple of pieces from my stash. I have used some flair from the Flair Hut, which I won't really go into any much detail. Hey Little Magpie do their own flair, and there is so much choice for Christmas, and they are amazing. So make sure you check those out. I haven't got any of those, hence why I didn't use any. But the person who I was gifting this album to, I wanted to include some flair that I'd made, basically. It was a special reason. I also have JD 3D in the album, which we will go through as we get to it. And yeah, I had so much fun. So I've got some twine on here as well, that's just from my stash. And I have got a foam sticker, and then I've just layered up some of the bits and pieces, really. Got a little wax seal from my stash and an XL flare. As you can see, the album is bursting. It's probably overfilled, let's face it. Because when you open it, you can see it's probably overfilled by like that much. So that is the album. It's got so much in it. And when it stands up, it is like that. So you can see we've got lots of things sticking out of the sides and the top, and that is exactly how I love my album. So that's how I've created this one. So our first page is this one here on the left. I have created a giant pocket in covering the cover, and I've used foam tape so that the twine can go behind it from the front cover. And then I've just created a pocket, and I've used one of the page piece elements and punched a notch out. And then inside we've just got lots of different patterned papers as photo mats. The idea being, if they're white, they are photo mats, and if they are patterned, they are photo mats. Because this is a recipe scrapbook album, which I'll explain as we go through. So there's lots of different patterns. Some of the papers I have used are from my stash, such as this one from Vicky Booten, Warm Wishes. But the rest of them are indeed from this collection. So lots of different elements going on in there. And the idea is the recipient can add lots of photos, but equally lots of recipes. It is a Christmas themed, but it could equally be a celebration themed or a holiday themed. And if you wanted to make one, you could make it any themed or not themed or whatever you like. And the idea is that they can use photos and recipes from Christmases gone and bring it all together. Family recipes, pictures, memories, receipts, all that sort of stuff. Okay, diving into the album, I have used Simple Story 6x8 pockets, which you can pick up in the shop. And I've used various configurations of those. I've also used a pack of the dividers, which is from the Baking Spirits Bright collection. You get 8 dividers, and I've created some of my own pages. So this first page is very simply, I've matted one of the 6x8 element pages onto some cardstock basically. And then we turn over and you can see I've written a little message here. This is the snap pages from this album, so it's not from the Baking Spirits Bright collection. And straight away we've got ourselves a flip. I also had the washi tape, which I didn't show you before, and I did use some of it. We've got some elements going on there. We've used one of the chipboard frames, and you can see there is epoxy flare dotted in as well. So some of the dividers that don't have the tab on them are from the Make It Merry collection, just to avoid doubts. So that's one of them. And I've used Loads of different patterned papers and torn elements and puffy stickers, foam stickers, and I just love it. So we've got another little piece there. So you can see here that this is a different configuration. So we've got a 6x4 and two 3x4s. Some of the elements are stuck on the wallet so that you can still stick a photo in with ease, because obviously I'm not adding the photos, the recipient will do that. So she can still add her photo in. She may or may not map them. So if she doesn't want to, she can just put an actual 6x4 photo in, and she still has all the elements still on the page. Turning over, you can see it's a very gingerbread heavy collection. And inside here we have a pull-out tag, which can be used for some journaling or a little recipe. So I haven't specified where photos and recipes should go. That is up to the recipient. So that could just easily be a recipe written down. Equally, that could be a recipe that do you know, if you've cut it out of a magazine, you could just fold it up and stick it in there. This is just a decorative piece with a page that I had in my stash. The idea with this is, I've got this near me. You could, if you wanted to, that's not going to work, Adam. So if you had a sheet of paper or something, you could tuck it in, and it's a bit like a notice board. So if you had a temporary thing, that was the idea of using that in this album. And I've just added some pattern paper to the corners and a couple of elements. Then we move into our first divided section. So there's some pieces here for some photos, and then we move into recipes. Just because this is divided, it doesn't mean that I haven't got space for photos as well. I wanted this to be a real mix album, and it is a bit different, I grant you. It's not an ordinary recipe book or an ordinary scrapbook. It's a mashup, and I love it. So I haven't put much on the back of these dividers. I've purposely done that so that there is a bit of canvas for the recipient to clip things to, staple things to, stick extra things in, or just leave them blank as desired. The other thing from this collection is they do packs of recipe cards. I think you get 12 in a pack, and I think I got 4 packs. And they are double-sided. So like with this one, that's the both sides, and then we've got the other 2 sides there. And I've just added a couple of elements here and there. In here we've got a shaker pocket, which I can't really show you very well, but that is using some of the Dress My Craft goodies from the shop. And then we've got a little gingerbread man there. And another wallet. So these are quite basic. I've just added some foam stickers, some adhesive brads. What we've also got is, so there's 6x4, 2 6x4 pockets. These are 4 3x4 pockets. And all I've done is cut the 6x4 recipe cards in half, because you can still use them, and it just gives a bit of variation. Then we move on to the next one. I've added a puffy sticker to that one, and I've actually created something on the back of the divider, which is a pocket. And then I've added in some recipe cards loose so that they can be written on as desired. I've got some envelopes that I've had in my stash, so I've created a little envelope for things to be popped in. We've got one on both sides. And some more. We've got some little pieces. Baking spirits bright, very merry baking cheer. And a recipe with some gingerbread people. We've got a fold out page, fa la 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 la, memories. And I love this little cooker. And then a torn photo map, some chipboard. And then here's the first JD3D. We've got a little gingerbread man down here, and Let's Bake in this lovely blue. And I love how this looks when you've got this page open, because you've got some of the blue in this pocket on the cover, which comes over to this divider, which matches some of these cards. And then we've got some of the brown, and we've got the gingerbread, and we've got the blue. And I think just the combo of having it open there really works well. So moving through here, we've got another configuration of wallet. And this is one where we've got 2 3x4s and then 6 2x2s. And with this one, I've left this free with the intention that a receipt could be added to the back, and you can just write a basic Christmas list sort of thing. A lot of things I have left intentionally open, vague, whatever you want to call it. And then I've just stuck a 6x8 page on there, and we've got some basic recipes. Same here. Some more JD3D and epoxy flare. And then this one is a bit funky. So this one comes out like this. So we've got two 6x4 photos, which go in the wallet. And then we've got two recipe cards that are sandwiched but loosely inside. And the idea being that you can then pull it out to look at the recipes. You can pull the recipes out on their own. So if once the photos are in here, you don't want to pull the photos out, you can just pull the cards out and so on. And I've just added some stickers to the front and then cards up there. And on here I have added a few things to the back of our divider. Chipboard frame with chipboard layered on chipboard with epoxy. And then this is a super interactive page, which I really love. It's quite cute. So we've got the first one where it flips out like this, two photos or recipes. And then we've also got this one that flips out like this, and this one that flips like this, like this. So you can write your recipe there, your method, your list, your photo, and have it all go in there. Love it. And then on the back, how cute are these frames? Look at them, guys. I just love the detail, and I love that you can see previous pages because I've used different sizes. There was also a sheet of paper, as Simple Stories do, where we had 4x6 or 6x4 elements. So I've used a couple of them just as a 6x4 print, as a little extra really. So we've got baking faves there. Left the back blank. And then we've got some more basic pages. These are quite fun. So this is a 3x4x4 wallet. Each of these has a flip. So each gingerbread person flips up. So you can still add a photo and a recipe or whatever in there. And then on the back, we've just got the pattern papers. And as I've done with the 6x4 element, we've also done it with the 6x8. So We Whisk You a Merry Christmas is just one of the 6x8 papers punched holes in, and in it goes. On the back, I have just added a few elements. So this is another configuration. We've got two 4x4s and four 2x2s. And this is just a decorative piece. So I think it's going to get a very busy album because we're going to have photos everywhere. We're going to have recipes, receipts, magazine cutouts, all that sort of stuff. So I think it's important to have some decorative elements as well. Equally, there are spaces that you could if you wanted to add photos or recipes. I've added a little gingerbread onto this divider. And this is another fun one. So we've got some JD3D elements on here and some epoxy. And then it's just a super interactive page. So all of these flip up. The idea being that you can add notes, memories, photos, recipes, whatever the recipient would like to add. There's so many different flip ups. And then we've still got a 6x8 in there as well for a big photo. So I love the way that looks. Excuse me. And then on the back, we've got a very decorative page with a 6x4 photo. Again, 6x4 photo is very easily added. That just pulls out like so. Because I've stuck all the chipboard and JD3D elements onto the actual wallet. Only thing I would say with that is make sure you add some extra glue, because obviously chipboard doesn't always stick well and JD3D is quite heavy, so you want to make sure it sticks. On this one we've got some more of the recipe pages. You'll see that I've stuck a big chipboard title over that. The idea being is that you would pull this one out because you will see that there's writing behind there, so it just gives a bit of interest. It makes you look into it a little bit more. We've got another flip out with a little journal element. I love this. I love this lady here. We've got another 6x4 card. This is a fun one. So this is a pre-done pocket from Make It Merry. and I have just added some elements, and then I've added an envelope in there with a chipboard word from my stash and epoxy, some thickers. This one has come off a bit, I need to stick that on properly. And it's an envelope with a movie, so another one that you can add in loads of loose stuff. It's quite sturdy. And then we've got a photo page here with the home elements. And I love the way that I've used the adhesive brads here in a 3, sort of like buttons really. We've got another different configuration. So we've actually got 2 4x4s and a 2x8. So I've just added a pattern to that one. And then we've got some flip ups for recipes on that one. And then I use some of the numbers here just as a decorative element really. They serve no purpose other than it looks kind of cool. Moving on to the next section, we've got some recipes. Here I have punched holes into the chipboard frame, so this will actually be one of the pages. And then added some patterned paper to the back. I love the way that the foam stickers look just on the outside of the wallet of a 3x4 pattern. Added some different elements here. So some of the pages are basic, some of them are interactive, some of them are dimensional, some of them are pattern heavy, some of them are embellishment heavy, some of them are plain, some of them are not, and so on. This one we have some different elements. We've got a little flip up, and I've just stuck a card that comes further out. So you flip that one up, and then you flip that one up. And the same on the top, you flip that one up, and you flip that one up. I just love the way that the cards overlap there. Added a little chipboard from my stash there. Another little piece. Gingerbread kisses and Christmas wishes, and a big photo, some recipe cards. I love this page. This is a great idea if you've got your Hey Little Magpie flair. So this was actually a ready-made snap page that I had from Simple Stories. I've simply backed the back of it and created a page with that. And then with the holes that were already there, I've used to stick some flair, basically. So that's a great way of doing a page where you use a lot of your flair, because there are so many flair at the Hey Little Magpie website. Got a flip up there and lots of pieces there. And then this is the final section. I love this page, I have to say. So this is a mix and a mingle. We've got the other Let's Bake and a gingerbread from JD3D. And then we've got loads of different dimensions. This is a super, super thick page because we've also got loads of stuff on that side. But first off, this folds out and you've got a page here. So you can add a photo or a recipe and some notes. Then this comes out and you can do the same here. And then that comes out. And it gives us a full 12x12 page there. And I've left it as the gingerbread people on purpose because I think that paper is adorable. And the recipient can do what they like. And then it just folds back up very easily. Turning it over, on this page we have another pocket with loads of different pieces in it. So we've got lots of patterned papers in this one. Some journal elements, as I say. Some of this is from Make It Merry. Lots of different pieces that could become photo mats, or it could become recipes. And then I've added some elements sticking up the top just to give a bit of detail, like so. Love it. We've got another page here with a flip out. This is actually a tri-fold flip out, so it flips that way and it also flips that way, which I think is quite cool. And we've got a JD3D. I've used just flair here. This is epoxy flair with different verses. This is just a decorative page. And the final page is just a basic recipe. And that is our recipe memory album, which was gifted on Christmas Day. And Was absolutely loved, I have to say, and I absolutely loved making it. It is overfilled, it's bursting with love, and it's ready to fill with memories. I hope you have enjoyed having a look at this album with me, and I hope you have been inspired to take on your own album. My advice would be just go with it. Don't plan it too much. See where you go. Add different pages. Try and be a bit interactive. And if you've still got Christmas things to scrap, don't forget that you can get all your Christmas JD 3D in the shop. There is loads of Christmas flair from Hey Little Magpie and loads of Christmas collections, including Baking Spirits Bright from Simple Stories. I will be back next month, and I am using the brand new collection, which I am super excited about. I'm trying to find it. Here it is. I am using this awesome collection, Pet Shop from Simple Stories. It is another Simple Stories, but hello, it's doggies. So I will be using that for my 2 posts in January, and it will just be layouts. That's what I will be focusing on going forward, but I have enjoyed taking a step back from the layouts to do this album. And yeah, don't forget to check out the Hey Little Magpie YouTube channel where you are now. There are loads of videos from other creative team members. Don't forget to check out the blog where you'll find loads of inspiration, and the Hey Little Magpie Chat and Inspiration Facebook group. And until next month, Happy New Year. I hope you had a lovely Christmas, and I wish you happiness and scrappiness for 2023. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.